Hi there, welcome to the channel or welcome back. I'm Angela and today I'm sharing with you guys a pretty major closet purge that I've done this past week. If that sounds interesting, stick around. So just a little bit of background and then we will jump right in. I'm actually recording this intro after I did the closet purge. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of background and then kind of share a couple of little lessons learned, so to speak. And then I'll show you the actual activity that I did of taking everything out of the closet, putting it back in after doing a big purge, and show you what I got rid of. So every year for many, many years now, I have kind of set myself the goal. I'm a big believer in goals, no matter what facet of life. But I have always kind of set a personal goal at the beginning of each year to dress a little bit more stylishly, which makes sense given that I'm a garment sewist as a big hobby of mine. But every year I fail miserably and I end up wearing the same 20 pieces of clothes over and over and over again. So it didn't make a whole lot of sense. And one of the things that I kind of felt was hindering me was that for many years now, my closet has been overstuffed with garments that I've had for years, a lot of which no longer even fit or that I don't like. So it was kind of an overpacked closet where I couldn't really go in and pick out the things that I liked, what goes together, what actually fits me, and what's suitable for the season and so forth. It was kind of a mess. So with that goal that I've kind of still set every year, even though I haven't really done well with it, along with kind of getting back into regular sewing back in late 2019, and then subsequently having my personal colors done in 21 or 22, I forget which. I'm really trying to kind of develop my sense of personal style and wear the things that make me feel good, that maybe are the most flattering for me. And along with that, so that's kind of what has led up to finally doing this closet overhaul that I've done. So one last thing to share with you guys, and then we'll get to it. I did have some sources that I wanted to share, resources to share with you guys that I've been reading and studying that have kind of helped me with the mindset overall, developing my personal style and the best way to approach a closet makeover. So I'm going to share those. I've got them right here on notes. I'll also put them in the description below. But the first one was Linda Wolf from Closet Cures. The second one is Allison Bornstein, whose book is called Wear It Well. And the third one is David Zyla, whose book is called The Color of Style. So like I mentioned, I'll link those sources below in case you're interested. But I did find them really helpful in the whole, the mental things that we go through when we're trying to purge our closets and everything that entails. And I'm sorry, one last thing before we go. So I felt the need to purge my own closet because it was so overstuffed. In no way am I casting any judgment or casting shade on anyone who does have a big fully packed closet and they love that and they wear the things and they already do dress stylishly, and so there's a reason to have all those clothes. Or for anyone else who was kind of like me, who's maybe have some attachment to clothes and has a hard time letting go, no judgment at all. So I didn't want you guys to get the wrong impression that is not what this video is about at all. We each have to, do what's best for our own selves. And right now at this point in my life, doing a massive purge was kind of what's best for me. But I just wanted to put that out there. So if you're ready, let's do it. So today is the big day. By now you've already seen the intro, which I haven't recorded yet, but I will have by the time you see this. So today I've kind of got the whole day earmarked to work on this closet right here. Got my t-shirt and sweats on. I'm ready to put my hair back and just get to work. And so here's what I'm going to share with you guys. I'm not going to share the whole process, everything coming out, because you probably would get pretty bored with that. But I am going to give you a little bit of a before stage of how the closet looks right now. Talk about some of the pain points and things that I hope to accomplish with this reorganization. And then hopefully I'll get it all done by the end of the day and I can show you kind of an after state. The ultimate goal for this whole closet reorganization is so that I end up with a closet in which everything in there is something that fits me, that I will wear regularly. Things are easy to get to. There's no pain points. Everything is just streamlined. So that's the goal. If you're ready, let's go ahead and take a look at the before stage of the closet. All right, so here it is. And I'll kind of give you just like a little bit of a once over of how everything's laid out and then talk about some of the pain points. It's a little bit embarrassing. Don't judge me for all the overloadedness I have in here. That's the whole point of doing this closet organization. So it kind of runs like kind of long and deep the way it's laid out. And we've got a row of like a hanging row here and then some racks along the back, or shelving, and then another hanging rack along the other side. So we added this shorter piece up here and added the containers back in 2012, and then also added all those rows of shelving to the back wall there. The ceiling kind of, you can see the little joint there, kind of slopes downwards. So I can't stand all the way upright the deeper I go into the closet, but it's still plenty big. And then so here's the other side over here. So I'm going to come back out and I'll kind of show you the way that I have it laid out now and what some of the pain points are and things that I want to improve with this whole redo. For one thing, it's just overstuffed. These are clothes that I have had for years and years and years and years. A lot of them are store-bought, ready to wear. A few of them I've made. Most of them are probably thrifted because I love thrifting, but I have a hard time letting go of stuff. As you can see, I've got like a boatload of clothes and most of these I don't wear. And my ultimate goal is to have this closet streamlined so that everything in it is easy to get to. Everything in it is something that I will wear. So kind of got like tops hanging on this right hand side, and then over here I've got some coats, all the pants, skirts, a few dresses, and back here on this little hanging rack, the black thing there, I've got purses and bags. And along the back shelving I've got mostly jewelry on the top shelf there, old pairs of eyeglasses that I can still wear. And in these bins here I've got workout clothes, undergarments, and pajama type clothes, socks, things like that. And I started this new little system for my jewelry. I bought this little hanging organizer at a flea market, and I've started trying to keep the jewelry I wear regularly in there so it's easy to get to, but it's not an ideal situation because it blocks the bins. So that's something we'll fix here. And then in all these bins up top are just random miscellaneous things, sweaters that I don't want to hang, old pajamas, like why am I keeping those, scarves, hats, traveling bags and things like that, swimsuits. Oh, it's just a total mess in here. And then of course along the bottom are shoes, way too many shoes that I've had for years or even decades that I no longer wear. And when we did that reorganization in 2020, we added this little shelf here for shoes to kind of keep them off the floor. And my goal was just to have shoes on that shelf and then on the floor underneath, and that's it. And you can see how it has exploded. So I will be pulling out shoes to donate or trash if they're in really bad shape. Oh, don't judge me. I know it's a wreck. That's the whole purpose of this project, is to get this in shape. So I'm going to pull every single thing out. I've got the whole day earmarked for this project. So I'm going to pull it all out. And I've kind of read differing schools of thought on how to reorganize a closet, that you're trying to purge and get rid of things and trying to just be ruthless and not have a sentimental attachment to clothes that you do not wear at all, or that don't even fit you and maybe haven't even fit me in like many, many years. So what my plan of attack is to have three different kind of piles. One is things that my regulars that I will keep because I do wear them now regularly. I love them, they fit, I like them. And then one pile to donate that I know that I will never wear again, or maybe I just don't even like anymore, and just let them go. And then I'm going to allow myself a little bit of a luxury of having a third pile where I will keep clothes that I don't wear regularly, but I'm not ready to, like, maybe there is some attachment there. So I'm going to kind of put them in a box and let them sit for 3 months and then see how I feel if I could just donate the whole box. So that's kind of my plan. Everything's going to end up on our bed, which is right over there. And then I know I'll have time to at least go through all the clothes and probably the shoes today. And I'm hoping I have time to go through all those bins that were up top. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I might film a little bit of this, but it's going to be kind of hard to get the whole thing just because the camera's just going to be stationary pointing in one direction. So I'm going to get started and I'll keep you guys posted as I go. That is a massively embarrassing amount of clothes. So one of my outcomes of this project is to also learn or keep enforcing the guideline of buying and making with more intention so that I do not end up in this situation again. This is way too many clothes for me to have. I mean, it might be fine for other people that like to dress more stylishly or wear all the different things. But especially now that I don't have an office job and I just pretty much am home most of the time. And when I am on site at work, I work for a nature center. So it's like hiking, it's that kind of environment, trails and woods. And even though I work in our visitor center, it's still a whole atmosphere of casual and relaxed. So this is one of the takeaways for me personally, and no judgment, like I mentioned, on anyone that wants to have like all the clothes that they want. Hey, more power to you if that's what fits your life well. But for me, I'm realizing that this is just, it's out of control. So I am going to start going through all those clothes, just seeing them all piled on our bed right now just kind of makes it hit home that this project kind of is long overdue. So I'm going to start going through those now, and if it's something that I'm kind of on the fence about, I'm going to actually try each garment on for those things that I'm not sure about. And if it won't fit, if I lost, say, 10 pounds, which is pretty easily doable, then out it goes. It just has to go. So I'm going to start working on that. And of course, I'm not going to film that part. So I'll catch up with you when I get to a good stopping point, or I've made some progress, and show you how far I've gotten. Okay, so I kind of kept the same sort of layout, and as far as like shirts and kind of toppers on this side, and then on this side, pants, jeans, dresses, and I moved all the coats and like sporting type wear back over there. And let me come back out and show you a couple other changes that I did make. I was able to get rid of a number of pairs of shoes. So the shoes kind of just fit now. So no more new shoes. I have just enough room for everybody, and they're not spilling over onto the floor, which was one of the pain points. And then another of the pain points was just that the hanging racks were just so overcrowded and filled with stuff that I never wore that didn't fit. So I feel like I pretty much solved that. Everything that I kept, I either wear regularly, or I want to keep it because it's special and it does still fit. Like, for instance, my Shelby dress here, and another McCall's. I think this was a McCall's dress that I made that I'm not about to get rid of. I don't wear it frequently, but I love it. It fits, and I will wear it. I was able to condense some of the bins there with like workout clothes and pajamas, and pull stuff out so that I made room for some purses down here. That way they're easier to get to, and I might be more likely to swap out purses every now and then to match an outfit. Previously, they were all squished in, hanging back here. So now I saved this just for the really large size duffel type bags. And if you're wondering what this is just a nylon bag, like drawstring, that I use to put hand washables in until I'm ready to wash them, so they don't go into the hamper and end up in the washing machine and the dryer with the regular clothes. And let me show you what I did with that jewelry little organizer thing. So I've got it hanging here, and I already had this hook on the back of the closet. I've got a few ball caps that I wear now and then, and I put this jewelry hanger here where it's nice and bright. It's easy to get to on display. I can see what I have, and I might take some time another day to kind of get this a little tidied up. And then it even has a back side. And when I found this at the flea market probably a year or more ago, my intention was to keep it in the sewing room and hang it in the sewing room and put like little packs of needles or little miscellaneous things in there. I never did end up doing that with it, but it's working out really well for earrings and such. That way the stuff that I like to wear regularly is not tucked into a jewelry box somewhere and I forget about it, out of sight, out of mind. One of the two things that I did not get to was going through all of these bins on the upper deck and kind of purging those, condensing, what have you. I've got a bunch of sweaters and stuff there. So there's a couple of purses that I hardly ever use up there. So it is still my intention to go through that, and also to go through the rest of my jewelry, I wear a lot of bracelets, which are hanging on these little organizers here in the back. These are just kind of stuck on with two-sided tape. So bracelets are probably what I wear most, and that's why I have so many of them. Not that any of them are that expensive, but I do like them. All my glasses, prescription sunglasses, the older pairs are there. Random sock. And then a couple of jewelry boxes filled with miscellaneous things, probably a lot of which I can donate. And then this is a hook that I'm intending to install somewhere at some point. Just kind of laying there for now. So other than that, like, most of these bins stayed kind of the same as far as, undergarments, socks and things like that. I did just pull out a bunch of workout clothes that I no longer wear and a bunch of old pajamas that I don't wear anymore. And then the shoes, like I'm coming back around to the shoes. I know we talked about that for a minute there. I'm really happy with the way they all fit here. And I did keep a couple of pairs of dressy heels. And not that I hardly ever wear heels anymore, but there's usually a time or two, like a wedding or something, where I might need heels. And then I have a couple of like heeled boots. So that is it for today. Back out and talk to you guys real quick before I sign off. Okay, I feel like that was a big job. I probably was at it maybe for at least 2 hours, maybe 3. And now I'm going to show you the big pile of stuff that I'm donating. And I also wanted to say, I don't think I said this at the beginning, everything that was in my closet and that's in there now, that's all my clothes. I don't have like a dresser or a chest of drawers in the bedroom, and I don't have a separate space where I keep seasonal clothes, like the summer clothes and the winter clothes, and like rotate them out. I keep everything in this closet here, just so it's all right there, you know, easy to find. So, well, it was easy to find what I wanted till the closet got overstuffed, but I like having everything all in one place, especially for layering, because I might wear things that are intended for one season, but if you layer them properly, you can get multi-seasonal use out of them. So it's kind of nice to have it all just in that one location. And then I had gotten rid of my big dresser a while back when we redid our, well, in 2020, when we redid the floors in the bedroom and everything up here, just because I didn't want to have that many pieces of furniture in the bedroom. One day I'll give you guys a tour of the whole bedroom if you're interested. I always like a sneak peek into other people's houses because I love decorating so much. But I still kind of have a little tornado situation going on here since I had a flurry of activity all day. I'm going to show you the pile of things to donate, and then I'll probably sign off. Okay, so this is the pile of stuff to donate. It's mostly clothes. It's a lot of clothes. And I counted at least 5 pairs of shoes slash boots. All the boots and the shoes had dust on them, the ones I don't wear that much. Just kind of funny. So a lot of this is in pretty good shape still. If anything was in bad shape, I went ahead and just threw it out. I don't want to just pawn that off on and make it someone else's problem. And the one other thing I did mention when I started that I would allow myself a little indulgence of saving things aside that barely fit or that I have a real sentimental attachment to and I can't bear to part with yet. So I did save a number of those garments that if I lost just 5 or maybe 10 pounds, they would fit. So I'm going to show you that box just to show you how small it is and how good I did, how proud of myself I am that I didn't hang on to a lot of things that no longer serve me very well. So that box is in the closet, so we're going to head back there now. Okay. Taking you through the bedroom a little bit here. So it is in just a cardboard box, if you can see it right back there, pretty small. And there's a few pairs of jeans in there, a few tops, and a jacket that I like that's really too small. So that's it. I'm going to bundle up this stuff to drop off at the thrift store, get my bedroom back in order, and I will talk to you next time. I hope that you enjoyed this or that you found it helpful, or maybe if you were kind of in a situation same as me, that maybe you'll find it a little motivating. Let me know your thoughts on this whole process if you've done anything like this before. How did it make you feel afterwards? Did you feel better? I feel like I'm going to really love the closet now. It's not going to be dreadful going in there. Like, what am I going to wear? I have 50 million things and nothing fits. So I feel like this was a good step, even though it was kind of a little bit tedious to have to do. It was a good move. I'm back just real quick. I did have a chance later in the day, I think it was actually the following day, to go back and redo these upper levels here and do more with these shelves in the back. So I was able to purge and kind of condense everything in these bins. I got my sweaters flat folded that I don't want to hang, and everything's organized nicely. I think I'm even gonna get my little label maker out and label these things up top so I don't forget what's in there, and I'm more likely to pull that stuff down and use it. Got rid of a lot of old sporting good type things and clothes I don't wear because I don't do those sports anymore that were tucked up here. And I ended up with all these extra spare bins now. So I'm much happier with the outcome of this. And then I was also able to clean up this top shelf here and kind of pull out some old jewelry that I don't want that I'll just end up kind of donating there. It's nothing, you know, expensive. And let me turn you around. And I tidied up my little jewelry organizer here and moved those hats to a bin that I will label hats. And also, I am using both sides of this now. So I've got like bigger, like chunkier necklaces and things here, watch bands for my Apple Watch there, things like that, some bracelets. So I'm really pleased with how this is all turning out now. And I hope that you'll tune back in next time. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for hanging out with me while I showed you all my dirty laundry, so to speak. Have a great day.